Greetings. Okay, greetings. All right, thank you for joining us. We're going to messages and then to Q&A. So, all right, here we go. Greetings. This is Archangel Gabriel. Blessings to you. Yeah, as we're in the time of learning more about the soul. Yes, many are going through their conflicts in their life, and then they're going to wonder where the origins of where those conflicts come from over time when they're ready to see it. Not everything is going to be revealed instantly. There's, yes, a mystery within oneself that is necessary. Even throughout one's life, you might not ever know until you leave the earth. Some are just that, they just need not to be known. So, such as relationships, job situations, like why did all of this happen? And of course, when you leave the earth, you see things more clearly of how everything is placed together. But in this lifetime, sometimes it appears if it needs for a healing, a release, such as events in one's life, basically the origins of it. So, yes, you're going into a time of understanding your earth more clearly. Of course, there's a lot of mysteries there. At least some of you will be able to start seeing the future. Timelines are not going to make itself clear for future events, but not usually. But when the event occurs, usually many timelines are shooting out, such as during your time of the election. There's like a million different timelines going on there. That's why it's difficult to see, especially when like the one that was showing itself the most. So as you go into a new age, many of you be connecting more to your time traveler self, also seeing the past differently. It's easier to see the past on the earth than it is the future, of course. At least your version of it. So, greetings to you. We are the Anunnaki consciousness. Yes, we're not going to see extraterrestrial life showing itself soon, but the unwinding of it, the linkage, the link to it is coming closer. As yes, you're not necessarily your government will reveal, but the beings themselves will reveal themselves in their own way. I believe a incident happened recently, and expect more, as anomalies will continue in your skies most likely. It won't happen constantly; they'll come out of nowhere. Of course, there won't be any way to tell. It's just it's getting you ready. I mean, yes, the government will try to run it, of course, as they do everything, and they show their flaws. We also see your government, their true colors coming out more for people to see. Many of you have already seen it, but many have not seen it. So it's a time for governments to truly show their true colors, as they've had many affairs, and those affairs have to be eventually discovered. So those would be the good days, that's for sure, for many of you. And nobody will be surprised, that's for sure. So, and there's a lot of guilt there now. Oh, they're so guilty. So, lessons. Greetings to you. This is Ishtar with the Blue Pleiadians. Blessings to you. Yes, there's a great amount of understanding of oneself and the circumstances one has gotten themselves into. Yes, you're going to awakening. I believe many of you would connect more to the earth in due time. Sometimes your trees are not always one to open themselves up just yet because they're not. They know a lot about humans too, but they're not there to reveal everything. They have to keep their secrets also. For many reasons, nature itself is a guide. So it's, especially when you're in Tornado Alley, there to guide you somewhere else or tell you to leave finally to get you out of there. So nature has a funny way of putting its point out there. So we just see now for how many are going to open themselves up to nature. It takes time. There's still a lot to learn here, but if you tap into it, become more easier for you to connect. If the future timeline is a possibility, they'll give you indications of it. Nature itself needs healing also because they've been neglected by human interaction. They like to talk to humans again. They are, but not as like they used to. So yes, also here to answer your questions whenever you're ready. Blessings to you.
Hello, blessings. Greetings, Ishta. Thank you for coming in again. Up first this evening we have Daria.
Well, hello.
Greetings to you.
Greetings. Just to be clear, are you the one that I was seeing having like glitter skin because of the dark blood? I mean, I have a vision of a blue Pleiadian showing me skin.
Yeah, I mean, you just have that recently, like right now.
No, I had it for many years, the vision. It's
But
like
yes,
my
you can
memory.
say, yes, that connects to our race. You can say yes.
Cool, cool. So, I basically I have like billions question and then I have to squeeze them into two and basically I get like a uh I don't actually have any questions, so any messages from you maybe? That would be really cool.
Well, you connect to the dragon energies here. You bring that dragon vibration to yourself. There's a blue dragon. Of course, I don't believe you connect to dragons very often, but it does come through your energy field as a person.
So
You know,
what
but
does that mean
your
actually?
dragon-like ways, or the way you interact in your entire life, basically. It's like if you just picture yourself as a dragon being, it's like, that could fit. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
dominant and
Exactly.
yeah.
So just for protection reasons, but also it's like keep your for humans, keep your human cooties away from me. I know you're kind. Something like that. Like I know your
Mm,
type better than you know yourselves.
yeah.
Never know. So yeah, humans are, yes, you can say have a caveman mentality in some regard, not fully, but that's only because of the manipulators on their planet. But for like, yes, you bring your magic wand, but that's most of your energy field.
I
Really.
just don't understand how they can fall for that.
Exactly.
Just what? Can you
Exactly.
fall for that?
Yeah, it's voodoo,
Wow.
basically.
Yeah. So well and then uh any other messages that could maybe connect to my timeline here, future, near timelines? Like
Well, well, I see you taming a lot of the Archon energies here. There's a lot of them that want to, yes, enslave the human race. And you see those timelines. So when people mention that the government wants to enslave us, those are timelines that some of those people are actually interacting with, or some beings are actually trying to push that into this reality.
yeah,
So that's, yeah, you and many others are here to slow that down or shut it down. So, but they're trying to put the fear of God into people. Like even authoritarian government is far worse. I mean, yes, it's not perfect here, but it's far worse than other realities. And that's why some people are terrified. So they're bringing calming to that also. Nothing to be afraid of, just their own. There are other versions of Earth they're connecting to, basically.
Yeah, and then the fear program is so connected into their mind that actually they can trigger the emotions in the body and feel it. And that's why that's the only thing that they can feel.
Yes.
The anxiety. So yeah.
So yes,
Well,
you can't turn a lot of that off, basically. That's another reason why I've been astral so much, because there's so much of it here. There's just so much. It just when you go into astral, you can see all these different versions of Earth everywhere. And people are pulling that information in, and some beings are trying to get them to bring it here to this reality, as you know.
wow, it's a lot of healing. Well,
Yes.
thank you.
I
And
mean,
have a
yes, bring back World War II, basically. Some are trying to do. So yes. So yes.
well, can I have the mustache then?
Of course, yes.
Yeah, cool. I raise my hand now. Thank you. And good night.
Yes. Blessings.
Blessings.
Yeah, thank you. Up next, we got Logan.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
My first question is Monday night going on to Tuesday morning, I had a dream where I ran outside with my dad and I saw a triangle craft and it led me over to like the side of my backyard, and then I saw like an oval craft and then what I thought to be motherships. And I'd just like to know if you can connect to the beings or the group that showed me their motherships, what messages they have for me, or
Well,
why they showed me their mothership.
it feels like there's a Pleiadian being. There's a various different beings. It shows that contact is getting closer. So it's just, I mean, you're already living a reality where I feel like you're connecting to them to show nothing to worry about. Some are like, I'm not sure about those humans. So you're connecting to some of those alien races to show there's something to worry about, but nothing to worry about also. I feel like you're educating them also. So, I mean, they know, but it's good to get it from a human perspective also, because they're aliens, so they can't always process everything, because this place makes no sense to them. So that's what I see there.
Cool. My second question is, are there any messages from the Zetas that I'm connected to?
Yes, there are Zetas there in that situation. Also, for you just, it feels like they're just working through you to, part of your mission here is to heal the fear of them, explain their realities to people when the time is right, and to just, because some people just they can have a heart attack just seeing one of these suckers. So when the time is right, you'll bring in more information about them. Civilizations will even give you downloads when the time is right, they keep saying. So civilizations, how they live, what their mindset is, just that blockage will be cleared. So you're just not at that point just yet. So.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we got Steven.
Hello, Ishta.
Greetings to you.
Greetings to you. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Sweet. Thank you. Much love.
Yes.
Yes, I would love for you to connect with my Pleiadian, my blue Pleiadians, maybe my dad, Del Eve, or any of the Pleiadians, and just see if they have any messages, any history, just more on that. Thank you.
Well, you're bringing a lot of information from the moon, as the moon is a download point for the Earth. And it's also, you can say it's kind of blocking people from connecting to their, the space, the universe. But you have a lot, you're connected to many moon bases, especially on this, where there's actually several others that are not seen, of course, for obvious reasons. With the Pleiadian energies, basically they have technologies to heal the human, to help with the body structure. And they work with Anunnaki beings, actually, for like a future human, through medicines and things like that, to just so the body can rehabilitate itself very easily. But obviously, I mean, that's kind of, it hasn't been brought here just yet, but it will be when the time's right, when longevity is necessary. So, but they are healing a lot of manipulations from reptilian beings. They're trying to cause a lot of, I mean, they can only do so much here, but your energies, you're working on the future human. I believe that's the main message.
Sweet, sweet. Thank you. Second question is I'll just leave it open, just connect with any energies that wish to come through. Thank you.
Yes, one moment. I see you connecting more to the sun. I see you doing a lot of time traveling energies, and that can get kind of heavy on your body. And you're going into the future a lot recently, actually, to bring positive vibrations to this reality. So I just see you in the future a lot recently. So it's been causing some tremors in this reality. And some beings don't like what you're doing because you're healing the timelines here. So you're bringing these future timelines that can be very positive. Obviously, some beings are having difficulties accepting that. But that's also for disclosing a lot of beings that are here too. So that's the message at that time. Blessings.
Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we have Silverclaw.
Does not seem to be there.
Okay, well, I'll just message him. Hopefully, he gets back. So moving on, we'll go on to Marvin's questions. He asked me to read his first question. Are there any messages from my great grandfather's tribe in Africa?
Well, Marvin's here to heal a lot of those energies and yes, connect to his Pleiadian self. His family has been, yes, you can say, enslaved by Anunnaki beings due to their DNA, because they're very advanced DNA during that time and now, but during that time. So, of course, the Anunnaki didn't really show themselves physically, but they were there. So he's going to have when the time's right, he'll start to see beings around him, maybe even reptilian, the ones that are causing difficulties, the ones that he's there to heal currently. So just keep going forward. He's bringing a lot of positive vibrations to his family ancestry, for sure. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. The second question, are there any messages from Astro?
Yeah, I see. Seems to me like I see him dancing and astral. He's connected to a lot of beings. He's showing a lot of alien beings about this Earth and teaching them even a lot of Zeta energies is around. Especially those. I mean, Zetas that don't understand humans at all. I mean, he doesn't connect to the ones that understand it. He usually goes to the ones that don't understand it usually. So he's connected to a lot of different beings that aren't too familiar with Earth. Basically, that's what's happening at this time. So he's like a teacher that goes to the students and then like brings the classroom to them, basically.
Oh, thank you. Blessings. Up next, I have Omran's questions. His first question, can you tell me if the angel Madamiel has a message for me?
Oh, there's a circle of life energy. Basically, this being takes him to the origins of a lot of alien beings and animal energies from other star systems. One of them is the gorilla. He's been visiting gorilla planets, and there's been other one's an ostrich. There's several others, but yeah, it's just taking him to other realities where he can learn deeper of their spirituality, so he can help him unlock himself. Here, he's very connected to Egypt. I believe he has some idea of that. Babylon, but mostly Egypt. There's like an Egyptian blockage there. It's not fully showing itself at this time.
Yeah, thank you. The second question, mermaids have appeared in my dreams twice this month. Are they trying to tell me something?
Well, it seems like they're making his astral travels easier. And sometimes it seems like he gets blocked or lost in some areas and not always remembering it. I just see Anunnaki there. He kind of goes into their realms and kind of loses himself, lose tracks of time, and just like is it within another world, another many different world realities. So you say the mermaids are also bringing him back because he can get caught up quite a bit from what it seems. So I mean, when he goes into astral, he goes into like a whole other civilization. It's like another life, you know. Like you can be there for 10 years, but just sleeping for a couple hours. Blessings.
Blessings. That's interesting. Is that a role mermaids play normally in astral?
Oh, they can. There's many other beings that do the same thing.
Okay.
Pleiadian beings, Zetas do it, but some people don't like seeing them. But sometimes, whatever can bring you back.
That guides, right? You know, whatever feels more comfortable, I guess.
Exactly.
All right, very cool. All right, up next we have James.
Hello.
Yes.
I any messages from Artemis or Princess Diana to me?
Oh, is this Princess Diana? What you said?
Princess Diana
Yes. One moment.
or Artemis?
Artemis. One moment. There is, yes, a twin soul energy with them at a certain extent. With Diana, you had connections in Sirius. She's been a queen there, actually. And you have been, you could say, a servant, but not servant like yours, more prestigious, not like, just like a servant person. It's more kind of like a knight, but not exactly like that either. There's not really not much you can compare it to. But yeah, she's a queen of actually several worlds, actually, that you've been to. A lot of them are in Sirius. And Artemis, I feel like they just make this all about Diana. Yeah, Diana is just, she's also very big on jewelry. You've actually been a jewelry maker for Diana on other worlds for protection purposes, energy protection. So, blessings.
Who was that message from? Was that Diana or Artemis?
Diana.
So is Diana why I'm interested in like boats or like the East Coast?
Yes, I believe so. There's Diana from many lifetimes. Yes. It's just is that your second question, or
Yeah.
Diana. Yeah, Diana. Well, Diana's just been a play. I mean, you go to her worlds because she usually has peaceful planets normally. Notice how she, like in her life, she was there to help those that were suffering because she would not have that on her planet, or she wouldn't call it her planet, but not under her watch, as some would say. That's like unheard of. So even her should be a humanitarian to other planets, those that are suffering. So she's one to bring balance for sure. She can't always balance her own life though. She can balance everyone else's life but herself sometimes. As you saw in this lifetime. So
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Blessings. Up next we have Anana.
Hello, Ishtar.
yes, greetings.
I would also love to know more about my connection to Blue Pleiadians and history and maybe any messages.
Well, yours is yes, a lot with the feline connections. Yes, you have been a spiritual being on other planets as a blue Pleiadian being, like you have on your world. They appear in the sky. They appear on different platforms to heal, bring out a new spirituality for healing, especially reptilian worlds. You can even show up as a human Pleiadian being on a reptilian world and help them heal their conflict with each other. Of course, you can appear, disappear, give them a show, you can say, because they can be quite, just like humans here, they act very similar. The feline aspect of the Pleiadian energy is, yes, very humanitarian for others, just very much, and similar to the felines here. very just wants to heal planets. So you've been on worlds that have been in conflict as a blue Pleiadian feline being, actually.
That's interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't hear much about them.
Yeah, and my second question is, just recently blue avians appeared in my dreams, and they said that I'm one of them. So I would just love to know my connection to them and about my blue avian.
Blue avian. Yes, you've been a leader among them. On Mars, also on Pluto. Pluto used to be a planet. It is. Well, it depends on what dimension it is a world. So, but as the avians, I would say just why they're coming through is to give you more confidence of your various different. You're very connected to the owl, also. So you can say that's avian connected in some ways, but the blue avian there's different kinds of blue avians. A lot of some of them are service to self, and others are here to heal. You're more part of the you have both connections, but they're similar to humans in a lot of ways. They can get conflicted with each other and divided. But I believe in the secret space program energy you're connected to is mostly Mars, and that's in another lifetime. So when Mars is more full of life and flourishing, also Venus also. It was like you were a humanitarian in some ways. You were helped with a lot of the agriculture on Mars during its time. And you did connect to the people also. I mean, imagine like a blue avian showing up around the people. Just, oh, how I'm doing. I'm here now.
Wow.
Yeah, quite a
That's a big one. Thank you. Wow. That's interesting. Thank you.
Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, I have Braden's questions. His first question: do you have any messages for me?
Is I feel like he's clearing a lot of uncertainty from his past decisions. And yes, his future is not completely known, but he is attracting a better future than the past. So I feel like a lot of his harder tests are over. Of course, he's going to still have conflict he has to deal with, but nothing like he's had to do in the past. I feel like he could relax more in his future state. Might not be quite there just yet, but he's working towards it. I can see.
Okay, thank you. His second question: are there any other messages for me at this time? Thank you.
Well, yeah, to see him with the tall white, to see him telling them what to do a lot. Sometimes they're just, I mean, they do their thing, but sometimes it's a little bit bossy to some of them just to get them going. It shows like, you need to pay attention to this and pay attention to that. And there are, but just to give them more pressure to look more into the details. So he's known to actually catch details that other tall whites have not caught. That happens on this planet and other places. So, yeah, they can miss some things, but he's normally there to catch them. Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Up next, we have Ben's questions. I'll read those for him. His first question: are there any messages from my spirit guides?
I see him connecting to more magic timelines within himself, like spirit, like magic guides. That's up to him how he would define that. Even Houdini, I see him connecting to. Of course, he connects to Archangel energies also, but he's known to appear on planets as a magician also. A wizard is not really the word. What he is not really here on this world, but a magic being. Let's put that. He has a lot of energy in the Agartha for sure. That's where he gets a lot of his powers from, Agartha.
Thank you. His second question: are there any messages from the Arcturians or any other alien beings?
Yes, the mysteries of himself, I would say, are in Agartha. It might not be the easiest thing to tap into just yet, but over time you'll get memories, elves and wizards and things of that kind. Because that's where a lot of his vibrations are. I feel like that will unblock a lot of blockages, at least through the Arcturians are saying. He's very connected to the Middle East also. So he's been a magician during those times. Now, lifespan, how long he's been there isn't very clear. I don't think it was very long. Blessings.
Hey, blessings. Up next, we've got Christy.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
So I was doing some meditation work and found that I had a implant on my head that looks like a spider, and it's like I guess it might be an Archon implant. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but was removing it all today, and I'm just making sure, asking if I wanted to know if I got rid of it, all the residue, all of it. Can you scan that for me?
Well, it looks like it was AI technologies. I'm not sure if it's from the Archons exactly, but it does have their technology, but it's kind of like an unknown source. But we do not see, it's something that, yeah, it's government related. It's like astrally, you connected someone in the government that didn't like you being there. It does feel like it's Men in Black connected, actually. So you've been snooping around the government facilities, healing those energies, but I feel like they noticed you this time. So, but yes, I believe it's clear.
Okay. Yeah, so it's something that because it's been causing my right eye, behind my eye, and inside my nasal, like it looks like it's a whole cap, like a side. My whole right side is like capped with that.
Where was it? Where was it on your forehead? Where was it again?
Yeah, on my right side, on the back of my skull, all the way around to my front of my eye, over my right eye.
So what they're showing is they try to put they did like a helmet on you to brainwash you. Basically, it didn't work, obviously, or to get you to forget things. Yeah.
Yeah, because I can help other people, but I never remember my own stuff. I'm like, I don't even know.
Well, it looks like they put you in a chair and put this, this thing on your head, and they might even trick you into doing it too, astrally.
Just see visions of that with them, head shaking like I'm going insane, like.
Yeah, but that'll help you heal it. I feel like it'll probably be a couple of days for you to clear it. It was pretty heavy. They're really trying to get into you.
It was. I had to call all the archangels and everything and pulled it, and it was like deep rooted in like spider, like it was deep in there. And then I also saw a black witch. This is my second question. I saw a black witch on my left side, and I was wondering if she went away, because I was doing all that too, just all kinds of clearing today.
Well, she was involved with that too, where she made your presence known to those beings also. Like she was like a friend to you in a way, but then she kind of turned against you from what we're seeing astrally. So you're trying to make friends with these beings. They're not trying to cause harm, and just some of them are just deceivers. That's the way it is. So, but yes, I feel like you're healing that energy. That was like a sister energy too. Yeah, she had darkness, but she was trying to get better. I still think she's still trying to get better though. So, but yes, just give it a couple of days for it to release.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Dragon.
Hello.
Yes, greetings to you.
Greetings. This isn't a question, but I just wanted to say this new rover that we put on Mars takes some really nice photos compared to the ones before, and they got nice color and everything. And this picture they took at night on Mars with the stars up there, it's just so vivid in a way you can't really see it. Rarely ever can see it on Earth unless you go way out into the middle of nowhere and it's just no cloud in the sky. And I still don't think it'd be that good because there's a thicker atmosphere. You could see it was just beautiful. It's great when things remind people of beauty. That even on a barren planet like Mars, that's the cold desert, there's still beauty there.
Yeah, of course.
So my first question is about, I brought all this energy into the world and opened up my psychic abilities and everything like that. Does that DNA DNA memory, I know they have personal choice of what to do with it, but does that DNA memory transfer to my offspring, or is it like a one-shot deal?
Well, it goes to some of your offspring, what those that can handle it. It seems like it's whatever that you do not bring into this reality, they will take up what's left, you can say. Well, what you don't fulfill. So they continue what you're doing, basically, if it's necessary.
Kind of a second part of that, is that kind of like how the bloodline of Jesus worked, where when Jesus brought that energy in, with a lot of help, is that the same kind of thing? Like once you bring that in, you kind of open that bottle up and it gets transferred onto the offspring until it eventually gets diluted?
Well, yes, it's usually with the offspring, it's usually pretty powerful. But they have their own direction also. So it's usually with the parent that's that's where it's the strongest. Yeah, it dilutes, and it can get stronger with other offspring also if it's needed for that world. So it can get powerful, even more powerful than the host, the original, like Jesus, for example.
Cool.
So it is necessary.
My second question, and I want to say this without like it violating anyone's personal privacy or anything like that. He's no longer alive, but still, he was a private person. The individual who channeled Abner, which is Blue Pleiadian entity, it's named they named it Abner, not the Pleiadians, but the channeler named it Abner. He kind of later in his life kind of self-destructed a little bit, and I think was called home by, I think he was Pleiadian and called home by the Pleiadians at that point, basically, all right, time's up, you self-destructed enough, time to come home. And I think he was really resistant to going home. But I just, unless he's resting, I'm just curious if you can connect to this energy, the channeler I'm talking about, and how he's doing at this point.
Well, it's like he's still connecting to the earth. I feel like feel from him. I feel like he left before his time, though. At least that's the way he sees it. He feels like he could have done more, but I think he squandered a lot of his time. Also, it seems, the way I feel. So, but he done enough. It seems the message was fluid enough for others to understand. So.
Yeah, I think one of the people that used to go visit him picked up a lot of the energy anyways.
Right.
He can use it if she wants to or not. Is he healed though? I mean, he was sufficiently connected, but he was really was grounded up the wazoo when he was on Earth. So.
Well, those that are family members are helping him heal. So he likes being brought up, mentioned. So he enjoys that a lot. So yeah, that's helping him heal. They can still do more in the afterlife.
So he adjusted pretty well to crossing over.
Oh no, not at first. No. No, it's like, what am I doing here? I'm kicking and screaming. What's the deal with this?
Getting better though.
Oh yeah, he's a lot better now, but he's still kind of anxious. He still wants to help. It's just that the effect he brought was very powerful. He felt.
Got it. That was kind of when he crossed over. It was like one of those what the f things. Like I'm not supposed to be here yet. Got it.
Yes. Well, he thought he had more control over his life. He would just leave whenever he felt like it.
Yeah, he talked about that a lot.
Yeah, he didn't have that.
But I think he because of the self-destructive path he was on at that stage, I think it was good to cut it off early before he got too anchored into the planet and possibly harmed himself more spiritually.
Yeah, he did squander a lot, and it was just, I believe he had too much information. He couldn't handle it all. Is what I can see.
Yeah, he got hot a lot and stuff.
Yeah.
you know, heated up from the energy. All right, well, thanks. Much love.
Blessings.
Hey, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we got Tristan.
Greetings, Pleiadians.
Greetings to you.
Greetings from, I guess, a fellow Pleiadian, since I'm in Canada and seem to have a very, very calm way of thinking. My first question is, during meditation, when I'm slowing down and I reach a point of, it just stops. I don't seem to be able to go any further. What's blocking me?
Feels like part of it might be on your side that you don't always want. I mean, part of you wants to see it, but you can always visualize a door and go through the door. I mean, part of it you might just be. You should be able to find some way to get through it. But, I mean, you can ask also, what am I allowed to see? Part of it feels like you want to see more than you need to see right now, from what it feels like.
Okay.
So, but the intention is, what will benefit me the most here? Is what we're seeing. See how that works.
Oh, because that's actually, yeah, that answers a lot. Thank you. Okay. The other question is more philosophical, which we had talked about on Saturday actually, which was on evil. I was talking how Abraham Hicks has this idea of they said, well, evil doesn't exist. That's only in human minds. There's light and absence of light. But then we're into more of this. Well, no, evil does exist. It's like another. For them, it's not a force, and for us, we're saying it is a force. It's kind of the opposite of light and dark and everything, and it all balances out. Can you give us a Pleiadian take on what that is?
Well, you call it darkness or evil. Is there to consume light? And you can name it evil or name it whatever you want, but it's truly there to consume it. So light has to get brighter or it gets consumed. That's why alcoholism and smoking can disallow. Of course, it depends on a lot of your Indians, did a lot of smoking themselves, and they just kept a balance with their darkness so they can see it more clearly. So yes.
Light produces light is from source. So light that grows and has to grow and then darkness helps light grow by consuming it.
Correct.
And that's the beauty of it. Okay.
Yeah, it's a never-ending story, basically.
Perfect.
You can say that it happens in every universe has their own way. Sometimes it's slower, sometimes it's faster. That's why you have all these cataclysms and destruction, because things are just slamming right into each other, basically.
Okay.
So, but there are universes where light has a long time. It's very calming. I imagine many would actually go there right now. Just very calm. And you see darkness, but it's not that bad. It's you understand it, and it's like there's nothing wrong with having your own little vices. People drink coffee. It's like, oh, I just had a. It's it just people like try to describe the darkness on other universes, but even worlds here have it too, where it's just a calmness between the two, and they can make good with each other.
It's like a nice slow dance rather than
pretty much, yeah.
Rather than an avalanche.
Yeah, it's more like an avalanche here, or a takeover. It's like everything's calm until it shows up out of nowhere and consumes everybody. It's like an ocean current. It just comes out of nowhere, a giant wave. Yeah. So, and then you go into survival mode. Some people that bring a lot of darkness out of them go into survival mode. They get dark. Like nice people can get really dark, but a lot of that's just to protect themselves, whatever it might be, or show their service to themselves, whatever it is. So,
okay,
yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah,
either it's reptilians doing this, or it's bird people, or whoever it is. It's always someone light and dark, always going back together, back and forth with each other.
Right. Thank you so much.
Blessings. Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up last this evening is me. Thank you again for coming in.
Yes.
All right. My first question, on a personal level, I seem to be at odds with what I want and what I think I want. As my interests tend to change like the seasons. You know, I've gone through like different majors in college. I have instruments collecting dust. I haven't had a long-term relationship up to this point in my life. And I'd like to know, is this a trait of my soul or the influence of my astrology or something of a rebalancing from old programming?
Yes, it's like you're coming in to unlock yourself. Like you kind of came in here like in a knot in some ways. So you're clearing yourself out. So you're trying all these different things. Maybe this will make me happy. Maybe that'll make me happy. Maybe this will work. Maybe that'll work. And so I feel like now you're finding more of a balance currently. So those are things you're trying to be a third dimensional being when you're not, basically. And that goes for many other people. That goes to the same thing. And find that spiritual touch isn't always meant to happen right away. It has.
Because it gets kind of confusing when I try manifesting, and I feel maybe energetically I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot because my heart isn't really into it, or like it's not a genuine intention, or I kind of lose track of who I am and what I want, and I'm just kind of at odds with myself. It feels where I don't even know who I am or what I want.
I mean, that's currently right now.
Yeah, it feels like I'm moving towards that, but in my heart of hearts of who I am as a soul, that's still a mystery to me.
Well, yes. So, yes, you are a healer of the earth, and it's not talked about in the mainstream society about nature and spiritual connections, and that's where you feel more. Basically, you're used to having abilities where you can, move objects, and so you're at half power. You can say you're not at full, where you can just, even fly, basically. So it's kind of like you're dormant. It feels that way. So you're with this energy of humanity. If humanity's energy would lift, you would be flying or doing what you want to do, hovering from the ground. But humanity is so covered in archon manipulation. So
that's why I feel compelled to do something, but I don't know what to do. I mean, I do as much as I can energetically, but in the physical form, as far as getting information out there, I don't know, what more I can be doing. So
I believe you're planning on doing traveling, of course, with the situation that came at hand.
Yeah,
that traveling is probably the direction. Your plan before all this occurred.
Yeah, that's where I feel most free.
Exactly.
Most excited,
Yeah, just because you go to new places and you just use your energy to connect and heal. So that's very important. So so you feel like that's where so some kind of traveling. Maybe plan for it when the time is right or whatever works for you. So, or think about it, plan it in your mind, and then when the time comes, you can finally engage it.
Yeah, I've got screenshots of places and things that I'm envisioning visiting and stuff like that. So
well, another thing is you're used to being, and this goes for others also, you're used to being free. And as you said, where I can do whatever I go wherever I want. Nothing wrong with that. That's selfish. It's just because you can bring that vibration. It's kind of like a bird. You just bring your energy. You go where you want to go, and then you bring a positive vibration to it. So that's a good thing. So
yeah.
So, yes.
Well, thank you for that. My second question, I just leave it open to see if there's scanning my energy field, if there's any messages that you see to be most relevant for me at this time.
But I see also, yes, the Genghis Khan connection is still there. So even that time was very spiritual. And I feel like that's the side. It's like even there, it's like there was destruction, but also there was just power there, like inner power, just unlike anything. Of course, it's been hidden for obvious reasons, but they were very spiritual people back then. And you can connect with that time frame again if you like, but just see yourself as a spiritual person. Don't go by what the history books say, but just
Right.
see yourself with your power. It's like a wizardry type of energy there.
Mm.
It's just very unique. Even animals that you don't really see, strange looking animals are there too. They've been hidden from this timeline.
Is that kind of the connection I'm having with these animals visiting in my dreams?
Yeah, they're like mythical type of beings. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
How was I
There's a
interacting with them back then?
No, they're just they were around. They were physically actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
During that
like
time on Earth?
yeah, maybe by like a fantasy reality. Yeah, we don't have the descriptions of them, but yeah, just strange looking beings that are just lovely. But yeah, they've been hidden from society.
Very
A lot
cool.
of things are hidden. Bones. I mean, they might have found some of the bones of some of them, but they're not going to make it public for obvious reasons. They actually found bones of fairies, but they don't make that public either.
Wow.
So, yes. So yeah, just think of your mythical self, what that would feel like. Yeah, like alternative history. See how
Mm.
that feels.
I was just visioning a magician, a Garth magician, kind of like
Yeah,
energy.
yeah, like a yeah,
All right, well, I'm going to have to sit with that later. Thank you for that.
yeah.
Well, blessings to you. Appreciate your assistance this evening.
Yes, thank you. And also when I said Mars, you can say technically is like a moon of Earth. It's far away, but it's talked about a lot. It's talking about more than your moon, actually, I believe. Even those conspiracy theories talk about a lot. Yeah, they feel very connected to Mars. So Mars, just as distant as it is kind of like the moon of this world. So putting that out there for some blessings to you. All right. Blessings. Good night.